or and add more to their plate just because they understand what we're trying to accomplish defensively. And so that's where the takeaways are coming around. And we've kind of emphasized going back to basic tackling, and we're tackling better as a team as well. And so that part has been good. So now as a defensive kind of minded coach, I never want to get in a shootout, because when you get in a shootout, you just never know who's going to win at the end because it's kind of back and forth. With the defense.
Alongside Shannon Brazil, I'm Will Connerly. We're happy to be with you here in Argyle for a big district matchup, Shannon, and looking forward to this one. Two of the best teams in 3-5A D2, a matchup from one of the most electric games last year in the postseason. Colleyville down by 10 with just a couple minutes to go. They had the thrilling comeback in the regional semifinal, and Ryan Zucker gets it started off with a touchback. The Colleyville defense, who pitched a shutout last week, they're on the field first, Shannon.
Hey, I'm excited to see this defense play against an offense that's firing on all cylinders. They did pitch a shutout, which was awesome to see last week. They're getting better as a group. That's what that shows me. They're trusting each other, and they have their hands full tonight, but we'll see what happens.
We will indeed. It should be a fun matchup. Two teams that are projected to be toward the top in terms of this district, and perhaps a battle for first in the works tonight. Deep shot down the field, and it's incomplete, but a flag flies. The intended target was Julian Caldwell. Hayden West in the one-on-one coverage, and it looks like a pass interference is going to be in the works here.
Yeah, the receiver ran a go route, and the cornerback got caught behind him, and the quarterback actually underthrew him and gave West a chance to catch up to him, but unfortunately there's a flag on the play.
That's Hayden West, who is in the coverage, and the junior does a really good job in that solo coverage, and it's a reason why Colleyville, Shannon, they don't have to blitz all that often because they create a lot of pressure with the four up front. Demarius Logan, Evan Nieta, Nehemiah Olaiwoba, and Matthew Udemba. Those guys generate the pressure. They can rush with four and still get some good coverage on the outside, and all three levels of this defense solid, but a PI to start. And a 1st and 10 from around the 40-yard line, and the quarterback, McGuire Gasperson, takes it for a couple yards on the first down carry after the pass interference.
And you're right about the defense. They run a 4-3 mesh, and with the guys up front, they're strong, they're fast, and they create blitzes by themselves, so it allows the secondary to be on their very best and do their job.
Back to pass again, and it's caught on the outside. Will Krisiak gets up across the 45-yard line. The Harvard commit moves the chains and picks up a first down.
Great catch by Mr. Will. Inside route, and he got underneath the cornerback and safety for a big pickup.
Gasperson in the gun. It's 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. Handoff here to Watson Bell, and he is stopped, maybe picks up a yard there. Bell is their guy to go to 428 yards through 3 games and 5 touchdowns.
Well, he's had his hands full tonight with that defensive front, so it's going to be a hard challenge for him to run against this group.
Quick out there to Krzyzak, and he's unable to haul it in. It was Dadrian Gaines, the free safety, who came up in the coverage, and that makes it a 3rd down, 3rd and 9 from the 42. Opening drive here for the Argyle Eagles. And on 3rd down, back to pass, fires it to the outside, finds his tight end, and Braden Bach is able to pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, Mr. West gave him too much room on that. That's an easy pickup for him. He's going to have to press and keep up on him a little bit more than that. Trust his skills, use the sideline.
And it's the Eagles who want to go quick. Krzyzak to the outside, tries to get beyond the numbers, and Gaines pulls him down. A pickup of about 4 yards on the play.
Great pursuit by the defense. That could have went a little bit. He actually could have got a 1st down, but the pursuit of the defense, that's a way to pursuit the ball.
And the Eagles to the ground, trying to cut up in between the tackles. There was Bell. He's stopped up by Nehemiah Olaiwola on the carry. And this is an offense that likes to run the football 61% of the time. They towed it on the ground. A lot of passing early on, though.
You know, as this defense gets settled, they have to settle down and just play football, play Panther football, and it'll start coming to them.
And on the 3rd and 3, it's Bell who is going to pick up the 1st down. He gets up 4. Madden Williams, the middle linebacker in the 2nd level of this defense, going to be challenged tonight with how much that the Eagles like to run. Bell gets the 1st down. Gasperson out of the gun, gets rid of it quickly. Finds his man to the outside. That's Grant Romero, his 5th catch of the year.
I think this defense, even the cornerbacks, they're playing too soft. They got to realize they're a really good group, and they're respecting this offense way too much. They've got to get up and press and use that end zone and short yardage to their ability, to the best of their ability.
Bell with the carry. He finds a hole, breaks to the outside, and he is untouched for the touchdown. A 14-yard rushing touchdown. And it's a quick move by Watson Bell to put the Eagles on the board.
I'm sorry, but Mr. 88, Mr. Batch, he just mauled a guy on the defensive side with holding, and the referees missed it, creating that touchdown on the edge right there. I can't believe they missed that one, but hey, they're human like the rest of us, but that was a big miss for a touchdown.
And sitting on the sideline for the Panthers, you could feel that the faithful as well was thinking the same thing. The tight end, Braden Bach, who caught a pass on that possession. He has what I guess goes down as the key block. Could have been a holding call, like you mentioned. Instead, a 14-yard rush and a score for Watson Bell. That's his 6th rushing touchdown of the season. Here in the 4th game for Argyle, they are 2-1 on the year, looking to go to 3-1, while Colleyville, they have that record of 3-1. They're 2-0 in district action. Both teams' most recent opponent had to be Timberview. Colleyville picks up a shutout against Timberview last week, and to pitch a shutout against anybody, especially in district play, it was showing that the defense was firing on all cylinders. But now let's flip the page to the offensive end. It's going to be a different type of challenge for the Panthers tonight without their superstar, Braden Blewett.
Yeah, Mr. Weaver's going to have to pick up the slack at the running back position. Wiley's going to have to pick up the slack, and we're going to have some receiver step up to the plate. When Mr. Blewett is accommodating on a week in, week out, so many points and yards, they've got to make that up some kind of way. So this is a big drive right out of the gate for the offense. They're going to have to hit on all cylinders to make up for that difference that Mr. Blewett makes.
And a pretty easy drive for Argyle. They had some quick completions, had the one downfield pass, and it started out with a pass interference call that gave them some already better field position after the touchback. They looked to go down the field on the first opportunity. Anthony Ruvacaba to kick it off from the 40. And it will bounce through the end zone, so the Colleyville Heritage offense will come out to the field. Down 7-0, 9:10 to go in this opening quarter. Bodie Weaver and company, but one of his favorite company mates, again, Braden Blewett, injured, not in action here tonight. It was last week on a deep pass down the field that he was sidelined, and he was somebody who has accounted, Shannon, for over 50% of the receiving yards this season. So we'll see who else can step up, and maybe it turns more to the ground. It's Gerard Wiley who's standing beside Bodie Weaver in the backfield at running back, and it's a first down attempt to the running back, Gerard Wiley. And he picks up a couple yards. No, not much doing there.
Yeah, Mr. Wiley's going to have to pick up some yards tonight, and Mr. Weaver's going to have to be a double threat tonight. He's going to have to pass roll. He's going to have to use his feet. They're going to have somebody step up on the outside, Mr. Dressel maybe, but somebody's got to make up for the slack. But we'll see what happens. It's very early in this ball game.
Catch to the outside by Nick Wankambi, and a nice physical effort by the senior wideout. His 9th catch of the year, and it goes for a first down.
Great catch by Nick to get the first down and get out of bounds.
So 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Wiley on the carry. And he gets stopped a yard shy of the 40, so give him a pickup of 3. And it'll set up a 2nd and 7 as the sun starts to set here at Argyle. Healthy crowd on hand and looking to maybe replicate what was just an unbelievable playoff third-round matchup a season ago. Now the two teams in the same district, and both teams had this game circled on their schedule. 2nd down and 7 from the 39. Bodie Weaver dives, and he will be stopped a few yards shy of the first down.
And that's what I'm talking about. Mr. Weaver's going to have to be a double threat, and right there he has a bootleg looking downfield, and he just says, you know, there's nobody open. I'm going to just take this and try to get the first down.
So 3rd down and 4. From the 42-yard line, opening drive for the Panthers. Weaver in the gun. It's Wiley out to his right. Luke Graves, the tight end, set up in the slot. Weaver is going to turn to the right, try to cut up field, and he'll pick up the first down.
Great pickup by Weaver. He looked and scanned the field. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nobody's there. He takes off running.
So Bodie Weaver moving it with his legs. And a fresh set of downs for the Panthers offense after Bodie Weaver a couple times. He takes it and runs it himself on this possession. And the big guys up front going to be crucial here in this game. Parker Leatherwood, Jaden Griffin, Eli Emerson, Tucker Perryman, and West Dalio Cubic, as it's Trevi Prycha who goes in motion. Wiley on a run to the outside. He's upended quickly. And that's Malik Bracey who comes in to make the tackle.
Well, I can tell you now, the Eagles' defense is pretty fast, and if you're going to try to get outside of them, they're going to pursue the ball pretty fast. They've got to gash them. They got to hit them up the middle between the tackles and the guards, and that's where they got to run the ball. They got to go right at them. When you have a fast defense, you cannot go right to left. You've got to go right at them because they're just too fast.
Second and 12, throw over the middle. It's hauled in by Landon Dressel, and he gets it to the 50-yard line. A pickup of about 4 on the catch. It sets the Panthers up right at midfield for a 3rd down. So already 2 3rd down conversions on this opening drive for Colleyville, trailing by a touchdown after Watson Bell punched it in for the 6th time this season. The running back for the Eagles. Wendler off in motion. Weaver evades the pressure, throws it down to Wendler, and he makes the catch and some. A good time for your first reception of the season. Blake Wendler for the first down.
This is what makes Mr. Weaver so difficult to guard, because he actually broke the plane and everybody sucks up, and he acts as if he's going to run the ball and somebody's wide open, he gets him the ball. This is what's going to have to happen tonight by Mr. Weaver. What a great play.
And he finds Blake Wendler for the first down, 1st and 10 from the 27. Gerard Wiley getting some space, and he gets pulled down on a horse collar tackle by Brody Bomar, and that might add on 15 to the run. We'll see. That's what the middle linebacker appeared to do. Brody Bomar, the sophomore, 6'2", 225, and this Eagles team has a ton of size. One thing they do, Shannon, as well, is all 3 defensive linemen sub at once.
Yeah.
And so they just rotate 3 in, 3 out. It's constant pressure.
Yeah, it's constant pressure, but they do that because I ran that similar style in college. It just keeps you fresh so you can operate at a high level for 4 quarters. So, and they can wear out the offensive line if the linemen are not rotating in and out. So we got to pay attention to see how tired this offensive linemen get with that rotation.
First and 10 from the 12 after the horse collar penalty. Bodie Weaver takes it himself, and he is stopped right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of a yard. So 1st and 11 coming up, under 5 to go in this opening quarter of action. And Bodie Weaver making his way toward the sideline now with his helmet off.
Well, I believe the helmet come off, but I think if they need to look at that, because just because your helmet comes off, if it's ripped off, I think you're able to go back in the game, or stay in the game rather. But when he's walking over with his helmet off, there was no quarterback that went into the game, so they had to call a timeout.
Well, the backup quarterback, Dimitri Hudson, he was in the vicinity.
And this is what we need, a good drive by the offense to keep that defense off the field so they can come back fresh and stop this high-powered Eagles offense.
That's what we hope they can do. It was the backup quarterback in Dimitri Hudson who was lined up for a moment on the sideline, Shannon, but if you do burn the timeout, that does give you the opportunity to put QB1 back into the ball game. And with a 2nd and 10 coming up from the 12-yard line with under 5 to go in this opening quarter, 7-0 the score. Colleyville trying to answer the opening drive touchdown from the Eagles.
They need to score here to make this a 7-all ball game, and the defense will be inspired to come out and play at a higher level because they let the Eagles offense on that last series march right down the field and score on them, and that's just not in their DNA. I'm sure they're itching to get back out in the football field.
2nd down and 10. Weaver toward Wankambi, and it's incomplete. 3rd down coming up. Looking for Wankambi in the end zone, and now it sets up a 3rd down, Shannon.
Yeah, they sent a blitz on that last edge blitz by Max Bland, and he was able to make a little havoc in the backfield, so that throw had to get out quick. Big 3rd down play here.
.4:55 on the clock. 3rd down and 10 from the 12. Weaver looking to the outside, and it's intercepted. Taken away by Malik Bracey. Trevi Prycia was the intended target, and Bracey comes up with his 3rd interception of the season. He had a pick 6 to seal their victory 2 weeks ago, coming off the bye last week against Timberview, and there he gets an interception in the end zone.
That was an absolutely great play by Mr. Bracey. He's actually waited to the last minute and turned his head, and once he did that, the ball fell right in his hands. Otherwise, it would have been probably a good throw by the quarterback. He just got to throw a little bit on his outside shoulder so Mr. Bracey doesn't have opportunity to make that play.
Another deep shot down the field, and it's hauled in somehow. Hayden West was in the coverage, but they hook up with Julian Caldwell. He was the deep target on the first play. It resulted in a PI. Now it's a huge reception, and the Eagles in business.
That was good coverage by Mr. West. He just misjudged the ball, and he thought he had the pick, and it fell in the receiver's lap.
They target again down the field Romero, and for some reason, this an interesting trend. 3 deep shots down the field for the Eagles, different targets, but the same target defensively. Looks like they're going after Hayden West early in this ballgame.
They sure are, man. They're, for whatever reason, they're going to target him tonight. He's going to have to play his best ball, or they're going to have to put a safety over the top to help him out. They're going at him again.
Right towards his way. Burgess was in the coverage as well, closing in. Speaking of the safety, as they looked for Will Krzyzak, but no matter who the cornerback Hayden West is covered, he's had to defend the deep vertical balls. One was a pass interference on the first play of the first drive for the Eagles. Second drive, first play. It was a big-time pass, but back-to-back incompletions for a team that runs the ball quite a bit. They have a 3rd and 10 from the 37.
It's 3rd and 10 because they threw 2 straight go routes. For whatever reason, they're picking on Mr. West, but they must saw something on tape that they like.
And that's wide open toward the middle, picked up by Romero, and a first down and some for the wide receiver. Colleyville brought the pressure one-on-one over the middle.
What a catch. Again, they're playing too soft. He ran inside slant, was able to pick up a big first down.
1st and 10 from the 18. Eagles quickly in the red zone. Gasperson looks to the end zone. Krzyzak can't haul it in. Coverage by Dadrian Gaines in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Yeah, that throw just got away from him, but he missed the touchdown right there because he got right past the safety. These guys have got to throw the receivers off their track. They're letting them run scot-free, and you just can't do that. You cannot let these guys, when they have the speed they have, run scot-free and come off their break because they'll be wide open for the touchdown or first down.
2nd and 10 from the 18. It'll be a handoff left side. Off to Bell, twisting and turning. And he gets up to the 1-yard line. Flag down in the backfield. On the carry by Watson. Bell, this one may be coming back.
Look like we may have a holding on the play. Big 73's helmet come off, so that may be hands to the face by a defender. Not sure yet.
Big 73, you don't think you do justice.
He's big.
6'10", 325,
Woo!
Division I prospect at the left tackle position.
A man's man.
And that's an interesting, you got Division I left tackle going up against a Division I tackle on the other side in Evan Nieta. Now, they may not go up against each other one-on-one, although that'd be fun to see.
Yeah.
But 2 Division I guys on either side of the line when the Eagles are on offense and the Panthers on defense, but it's a penalty marker, and it's 1st and goal to go from the 1-yard line. Bell is the running back. He takes it himself, and he falls down a yard shy of the end zone.
This is a big play right here. Big time for 99 to make a big play in the middle. Him and his teammates, they need the blitz gaps right now and stop these guys from scoring. Big play right here. Big time.
It's going to be Gasperson who takes it himself, and he is stopped short once again. Huge tackle made by the linebacker, Madden Williams, at the 1-yard line.
What a good plug by Williams and a good stop. He may have even lost a yard on that play, and that's what I'm saying. It's 3rd down. Anything can happen down here. They just need to pull it together for one more play.
Gasperson in the gun. Now he comes up under center, and he looks to rush it himself. He gets pushed forward, and there's the signal. Touchdown, Argyle. And they take a 13-0 lead. 2 drives and 2 scores for the Eagles.
Yeah, look, it appeared he was stopped, but with that big offensive front, those guys are pretty big up there. They just couldn't hold up. Too much meat up front.
The point after is true from Anthony Ruvalcaba, And it's 14-0 Argyle with the advantage. So a Bodie Weaver interception turns into a touchdown, an interception into the end zone to find the end zone. 14-0 the score. Argyle leads Panther Friday night on Tradio. We'll be right back.
All right, Buster, come on, you got this. Fix that hair on the right. Just give me hands. Give me the vicious kitty. Perfect. Hey. Hey, you. 40-yard line. Big guy. No, the other guy. I've seen your LinkedIn picture. It's not great. Bless your heart. You need a new headshot. And since you're not watching the game, watch this.
Unleash your professional image with Metroplex headshots. From individual headshots to executive team portraits, we deliver exceptional quality. Metroplex Headshots combines artistry and expertise to create headshots that make an impact. Visit our website at metroplexheadshots.com or call us today to schedule your session. Metroplex Headshots. Unleash your professional image.
Back with you, Panther Friday night on Tradio alongside Shannon Brazil. I'm Will Connerly. And the Panthers to get the football back, trailing 14-0. And it is picked up by Bryson Burgess on the return. He bounces to the outside and has some space and is wrestled down around the 20-yard line. Malik Bracey in the coverage, the man who had the pick on the first drive for Colleyville that turned into a score. They're in coverage.
Well, I hate to say it, but this is why I feel like this is where the team is starting to miss Blewett right now, because 14-0, and they don't have that weapon that they know they can go to that has an opportunity to catch a first down, a touchdown, or able to pull a PI because he's so effective and once he gets in the secondary. So they're going to have to find a way to get somebody else involved, not just Weaver and his feet and his arm.
First and 10 from the 21-yard line. Bryce Abraham on the carry. He goes airborne and is tackled. Pickup of 3 and took a healthy hit at that. 2nd and 7 from the 24 upcoming.
This Eagle defense means business tonight. They're playing and they're getting to the football. This offense has got to do something to distract them, throw them off their game.
Weaver looking to Abraham again to the outside. Max Bland came in and applied the hit on the intended target in Bryce Abraham. He and Gerard Wiley.
Max Bland is one heck of a linebacker, man. He's flying all around, and he's a 6'2", 245 guy, and he's laying the wood out there. So, man, I'm telling you, they're excited to play football tonight because they're all over the place.
Bland with 8 tackles. Second on the team, 8 per game. And now Weaver wants the home run, looking for Prysha. And the ball falls at the 35-yard line. And the vertical passing attack not working on that try to the sophomore. And it will be a 3-and-out for Colleyville on their second possession. Ryan Zuckert out to punt.
Well, this is where it gets interesting because if you punt this ball and allow the Eagles offense to go down and score, they're going to make you now one-dimensional because you can't run the football. You're going to have to try to get back into this game, and the only way you do that is passing, so or try to hit the big home run. So they've got to figure out a way to make a stop on defense or get this ball back in Mr. Weaver's hand quick as possible.
And here is the return from Nathaniel Bruce. He brings it into Panther territory and continues to go all the way up to the 43-yard line. So good field position with 2 and change to go in this opening quarter.
What a run by Mr. Bruce. That's he picked up extra 15 yards with his legs with people all over him. What a determination not to go down. Great play.
So 1st and 10 from the 43, 2:03 to go. Third possession for the Eagles. And it's out to the outside. Krzyzak on the catch. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Jaden Hall, the cornerback, in to make the stop. Maybe a loss of half a yard there. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 upcoming from the 43-yard line.
Yeah, it's the defensive front there. They hadn't done much penetration up front just because that offensive line is so big. They're not able to put any type of rush on the quarterback, and he's back there just delivering the ball at will. So they're going to have to switch some things up.
Another quick hit to Grant Romero to the outside, and it's now a 3rd down. Empty backfield for McGuire Gasperson. He'll take it himself and runs up the field, dives forward before Bryson Burgess and Madden Williams combine on the tackle. Makes it 4th and short. You empty out the backfield and allows the quarterback to run. With approaching a minute to play in the first quarter, 4th and short. Take it himself and runs up the field, dives forward before Bryson Burgess and Madden Williams combine on the tackle. Makes it 4th and short. Empty out the backfield and stopped up by Madden Williams to run. No gain on the play. A minute to play in the first quarter. Colleyville take it himself.
Great play by Mr. Williams, scraping across the ball, and as soon as the running back thought he had a lane, he meets him in the hole or on the outside edge for a loss. That's a great play by the linebacker, scraping across.
Well, they give the gain on the play there, close on the spot, but Argyle picks up the 1st down. Needed less than a yard, ended up getting it to move the chain. So 1st and 10 from the 33. Toward the sideline, and it's incomplete, looking for Grant Romero. Single coverage, Jaden Hall is there, and for all the tape that's out on the Colleyville defense about how much they can play single coverage with what their secondary can do, you think the Eagles are trying to test that tonight. They go down the field once again.
For whatever reason, Mr. Bell feels he can test his secondary, as you said. I mean, every ball is a streak ball down the sidelines. Otherwise, it's a quick out.
Now Krzyzak with the catch is tackled, but he picks up a nice gain. The Harvard commit and senior who had over 1,000 receiving yards last year. A couple nice catches. He's the go-to target from the quarterback, McGuire Gasperson. Watson Bell, the running back, lined up next to the QB. It's Logan Rexstroth this time. He gets his first tote tonight, and he picks up a nice gain on the 1st down carry.
Yeah, on that play there, the offensive lineman got up on the 2nd level with the linebacker and created a hole for the running back. That can happen. Somebody's got to make that play. A scrape over linebacker, somebody. But they look like they all got sealed off on that play by that humongous offensive line.
End of quarter number 1, 14-0. Argyle leads. They're in the red zone with the football. We switch sides and step aside. You're watching Panther Friday Night on Tradio. Panther Friday night on Tradio alongside Shannon Brazil. I'm Will Connerly, happy to be with you here this evening. Shannon, 14-0. The Panthers are in a hole, and the Eagles look to add on.
Yeah, this is a big play from a defensive standpoint. It's second and short. They've got to force these guys into a field goal, but they can't afford to go up have this offense go up 21-0 and put their offense in that type of position. So it's a tall order, but they've got to stop them.
Bell on the carry. He sprints up the field. A touchdown-saving tackle is made by the Panthers, Bryson Burgess, but that's enough to keep the drive alive and set up a goal-to-go situation.
Yeah, that running back is quick, and he was able to get to the second level and pick up the first down. Now they're looking at, short to get in the end zone.
And it's blown up on the run. Good play made by the men up front for Colleyville, and the linebacker, Madden Williams, along with Dax Hebeson, get into the backfield. And that makes it 2nd and goal.
Madden Williams able to find his way in the backfield. They just need more plays like that. They've got to penetrate and get in the backfield to stop these guys from getting on the other side of the football.
Gasperson keeps it himself. Darian Lloyd gets in the backfield and makes a nice stop. That makes it 3rd and goal. The noise being made. Maddox Moreno will check into the ball game. Nehemiah Olaiwola checks out. Big 3rd and goal. Panthers looking for a goal line stand here. Gasperson gives it out to the tight end, and Braden Bach, untouched, into the end zone. 3 drives and 3 scores for Argyle.
Yeah, that's just a quick release into the flat by the tight end. That's a linebacker pickup, and they had their eyes in the backfield on that play because the offense was trying to run the ball, and they snuck right behind them for the touchdown. Got to be more disciplined with your eyes on that play.
Ruvalcaba for the PAT. Perfect on these tries this year and keeps it at 100% and 21-0. The advantage, it's Argyle who comes out with a very strong start in this ball game. And now the question is, how do you respond if you're Colleyville? You've been here before in the fact that you've been down early. You were down early against Red Oak, and you found a way to come back in the ball game. That was the first game of the season, so they know that they can respond. We'll see what they can do here. You can reference last season's playoff game as well against this same team where they faced a deficit when the odds were against them, down by double digits with just a few minutes left in the 4th. But it's really go time now if you're Colleyville.
Yes, it is, and right there when they kicked that extra point, I should say, and I saw the defense coming off the field, they look exhausted. They're just walking. Nobody jogged off, and the offense on the other side of the football field, they all jogged off. So, again, they've got to get with it. They've got to get some mojo about them. They've got 10 more minutes before the halftime to find something, find a spark to get these guys back in the game. It just takes one spark to get the momentum back. But right now, the Eagles are clicking on all cylinders, and it's going to take a task to stop them. But they can do it if they'll just find a spark to get this team going.
Jackson Green set to kick for Argyle. Bryson Burgess, injury in game, back deep.
The kickoff is booted by Jackson Green, and he kicks it well through the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Panthers offense for a 3rd time. The first time they put together a solid drive, but a pick in the end zone thrown by Bodie Weaver gave the ball to Argyle. Their second drive was a 3-and-out, and now they get it for a 3rd time in the first half, but face a 3-score deficit.
Yeah, they've just got to march the ball down the field. They've got to get some type of points out of it, but they got to score right here on this drive.
Gerard Wiley on the carry, and he gets to the 29-yard line, a pickup of about 4 yards on the carry. Brody Bomar comes in to make the stop. 2nd and 6 with about 10 minutes to go in this second quarter. Colleyville looking to find the end zone. Rod Wiley goes again, looking to make a cut up the field, but didn't have a ton of room to move up, and Wiley loses his helmet in the process as well, so he'll come off, and Bryce Abram will come on. And it's the Panthers after 2 runs on 1st and 2nd down by 21. Now they face a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, and again, 2 straight runs when you're down 21-0. You got to find a different way to put some points on the board. You got to spread them out. You got to go to another package or something different, because running right now, it's just not the formula against this defense.
Motion happening. Flag comes from the secondary. On a 3rd and 5 and a delay of game against Colleyville. That makes it 3rd down and 3rd and 10 now. So basically erasing the 2 runs that you did have on 1st and 2nd down.
And again, you just have a better opportunity. I know they're missing Mr. Blue, and I'll probably say that several more times tonight because he's such a threat. But right now, if you go deep, if you do an in route, you have 3 options: to pick up the 1st down, pick up the penalty, or touchdown. That's the way to go versus the run right now when you're down 21-0.
And now a timeout is being called. Interesting setup here, Shannon. You know that Colleyville is looking for downfield threats, and they put Hayden West out on the outside, a cornerback who has not played offense, hasn't had a catch this year, but he does have a handful of interceptions, and you're looking at ways to get creative when you lose 50% of your passing production in Braden Blewett, the receiver committed to play at Northwestern, who is sidelined due to injury. And they have Hayden West out there right now. Maybe he can provide that on 3rd and 10.
And this is what I'm saying. You have to do something different. Somebody else has to pick up the slack. So if this is the way to do it, so be it. But you have to try to find a way to get back in this ball game. And if that's using a defensive defender at receiver, so be it.
So the DB lines up on the outside, Nick Wankambi and Luke Graves as well.
For whatever reason, we cannot get the playoff. It's been last couple of minutes of just conversating right now. We need to get the ball snapped so we can see some football.
We'll see some football. 3rd and 10 from the 25. Weaver gets pressured, looks down the field, gives it off to Graves. Graves spins. He continues to move his feet. And a big pickup on the play. Flag flies in after. And Luke Graves coming up with the 1st down reception on 3rd and 10.
First of all, that was all created by Weaver. I mean, he was getting pressure from the backside. He bootlegs out and thought he was going to run the ball, and then he dumps the football off for a 1st down. Great play by the quarterback right there.
And the flag came in after the play as well.
Personal foul on the defense, number 55.
It's what it looked like. Tyson O'Neill came in very late for Argyle. He gets tagged with the late hit, and
looked like they gave him the boot without a warning. It must have been bad enough to where they ejected him.
And he is one of the 6 on the defensive line that rotate in and out for this Argyle defensive front. And so you basically call all 6 of those guys starters, and for him to come out and he has the unnecessary roughness after the play, applying an extra hit on Graves. And You love what Graves can do with the ball in his hands because of the fact that he appreciates taking contact, and he certainly took a good amount of contact after that, and then also absorbed the late hit, and that gives Colleyville 15 extra yards after they were facing 3rd and 10. They're all the way up to the 37-yard line. Weaver, quick out to West. West makes a spin and gets to the 30-yard line, and Hayden West getting involved in the passing attack for a pickup of a good gain right there on the first down reception. Gets 8 in Hayden West with his first reception.
That's awesome to see, and he looked like a receiver right there. I mean, he looks good catching the football, so maybe he's a double threat. We'll see.
Now it goes out to Dax Hebeson, trying to get the ball in the hands of some of their athletes. Dax Hebeson makes the catch. That's just his second of the season. You have interesting things happening because you've seen Blake Wendler, an H-back in this game, have his first catch of the year. Hayden West, or second catch of the year. First catch for Wendler, second catch for Hebeson, and then first for West all tonight. And you can see the Panthers trying to get creative in the passing attack without their main guy.
And this is what it's going to have to take. You got to get everybody involved, and you got to get somebody hot. Spread the ball around until somebody scores, but you got to try things that you hadn't tried because you're missing such a dangerous weapon on your offense.
Under 8 to go in the second quarter of action. Landon Dressel now checks in. He's out there with Graves and Prycia. And still Nick Wankambi as well, with Weaver in the shotgun. Abram, the running back, he takes it himself, has a nice rush tackle made by Brody Bomar.
And this is the kind of drive you want right here. They're driving the ball up the football field. They're in the red zone. They're giving the defensive some time to get their breath, to get their stuff together. And if they can score right here and get a fresh defense out there, they can probably, have a better second half because they're not down by 21 points.
And now you see big number 99 coming out there. You would love to see him carry the football, right? I mean, Evan Nieta was headed out there. A whistle then was called, but we'll see. I mean, the big defensive Division I lineman, Division I prospect at the tackle position, he was heading out there. I mean, you talk about what Jeremy Snyder, offensive coordinator in his first year, you want to get creative always, and he's having to get extra creative with basically over half your game plan every week is get Braden Blue with the ball, and he doesn't only do that, but he allowed other defenders to have one-on-one matchups, right, because everybody double-teamed him. You don't have that luxury now, and it's more interesting combination of what you try to do offensively.
Well, this is, like I said, the coaches definitely trying to find a way to, to spark his team, and if that's by playing different players at just certain positions, so be it, but that's what's got to happen.
Now Abram with a big run. He stays on his feet into the end zone. A 17-yard rushing touchdown for Bryce Abram. And the Panthers get on the board.
And that's huge. That is very huge, and that could be the spark they need. I mean, 14-7 now with 7 minutes before the halftime. If the defense, 21-7. I'm sorry, my apologies. But if they can find a way on the defense to now stop this Eagles offense and they have plenty of time to get another score right here. So that was a huge drive by the Panthers offense.
21-7 score. Bryce Abram with a great rushing touchdown, and Colleyville gets on the board. And that has to be an exhale as well, right, Shannon? If you are on that Panthers sideline right now, facing a 21-point deficit, on top of the fact that you're without your guy, at this point from the team, you have to move on, right? What can we do now? Trying to get creative. You see Hayden West involved, Wendler involved, Hebeson involved, guys that haven't been involved a ton asked to step up. Do you go to the ground on 3rd and short? and Bryce Abraham. That was a clear run, right? Everybody bunched up. Give credit to the guys up front who created that hole, and then Abraham had to break a tackle, then get into the end zone for a touchdown.
And that was such a great run by Abrams, because he actually got to the second level and got stopped for a second and used his leg and a stiff arm to go in for the touchdown. So now it's all on the defense. They've got to come out here and they've got to try to find a way to stop this fast offense. They have so many weapons on the Eagles side of the ball, but I tell you what, I've seen this defense do it before, and it's time for them to do it again.
What an atmosphere tonight, Shannon. You talk a district football game, big. A playoff rematch from round 3 a year ago, big. Speaking with the staffs this week, both sides reading about what was coming out from both camps. Argyle side said, hey, we remember how our season ended last year. Colleyville on the other side is talking about how they want to prove as well. This was a game that everybody circled because the winner of this game has a pretty nice track to a district championship, because from the outside looking in now, I know Arlington Seguin is undefeated right now, but a lot of people say, hey, these are the two best teams in the district battling it out tonight, and you can see Argyle come out with a little bit of that salt as their staff was talking about. Coach Todd Rogers mentioned it and quoted multiple times. He said, hey, we know it's Colleyville, and we know how our season ended a year ago in very heartbreaking fashion from their perspective.
Well, I'm telling you, this feels like playoff football right now tonight. I mean, it's packed out here. You got kids running around everywhere. You have two great football teams right now. Obviously, the Eagles are up 21-7, but this Argyle offense is so high-powered, and the defense has just got to match it. They've got to find a way to pick the ball and help their offense out. And I think if they can do that, they can get back into this football game.
Gasperson in the shotgun. Fake the handoff. He wants it all once again. Deep shot down the field. It's a connection to Julian Caldwell, his second explosive catch of the night, and he's inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, he just beats the defender. Not only beat him, the ball was underthrown again where he had to come back to the football. If that quarterback throws on the money, that's a touchdown.
McGuire Gasperson being efficient down the field tonight, and now a handoff to Watson Bell, stopped up front by Evan Nieta. And the interesting thing, Gasperson last game against Timberview, a team that held Colleyville to just 10 points despite the Panthers winning 10-0. Gasperson was 9 of 22, was not efficient at all. He's very efficient down the field tonight as well.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I just got caught up in the play, but that's a rollout. But I'm telling you, this guy can play. I mean, this team comes to play. The Panthers have just got, excuse me for stuttering, but the Panthers have just got to match their energy. And if they can do that, they can crawl back in this game. But I'm telling you, this Eagles offense has just got so many weapons, and they're big up front, and they're going to be hard to stop.
3rd down and 11 from the 31. Panthers looking for a stop. Gasperson looking down the field. He fires a bomb, and it's a touchdown. What a dime from 31 yards out. Hauled in by Julian Caldwell again. He has been a man on a mission tonight, and he picks up the touchdown to put Argyle back on the board. There is a flag on the play. And it comes back, wipe the touchdown off. Holding is the call.
Touchdown or not, they're going to have to find a way to get these cornerbacks some help, some over the top. They're going to have to do a cover 3 or something, because these guys are getting absolutely torched on the other side.
That was a dime.
That was a dime. I mean, I'm telling you, that was a beautiful play, and it's just hard to stop that type of play.
And you talk about a holding call. It's interesting because you want to bring the pressure, but you're already so thin in defending these vertical balls. Now it's 3rd and 21. Gasperson over the middle again, and the interception dropped by Jaden Hall. That will set up a 4th and 21, but a stop for the Panthers. Good to see.
That is the type of play you got to have right now. He's got to catch that football, even though they're going to bring out the punting squad. They've got to be careful that there's no fake or anything like that, but you have to make that play to give your offense a chance to go back down the field with 6 minutes left before half and score.
The downfield threats, I mean, Gasperson, he was a very athletic player, and we'll get more into that throughout this game, the quarterback for Argyle, but his downfield threats tonight have been just unbelievable, and the punt results in a touchback. So the Panthers get the football back after their first score of the night. They force a punt. They'll get it back down by 2 touchdowns with 5:57 left in this second quarter.
Join us each week to experience
and
great
a 21
music,
to
a message
7
that applies to your everyday life, as well as programming for your kids and students to engage on their level. Learn more at compass.church.
And the Panthers get the football back. Handoff, plenty of space, and Jerron Wiley up to the 30-yard line, a pickup of about 10 yards on the carry.
Well, look like they're going to run the ball no matter what. I know I said earlier that when you're down 21-0, that kind of eliminates the run for the moment because you got to find a way to get back in the game. But they just gashed them for 8 yards or 9 yards, and they're looking at 2nd and 1 for the first down. But at some point, they've got to throw that football down the field to pick up some magnificent yards on this drive.
2nd and 1, maybe a time to take a shot here. Instead, they'll pick up the first down and some. Jerron Wiley gets wrapped up, but picks up the first down. And Shannon, it's interesting because you kind of have to establish the run if you're Colleyville, even down 21 and then now just 14. If you do establish the run to the extent that the box can get loaded, maybe that affords Bodie Weaver some opportunities?
Yes, you're exactly right because they're gashing them right now. That's 3 run plays in a row, and they're picking up 2 first downs, and they just picked up 4 yards on that play. So my only issue is they have to look at the clock, and at some point they're going to speed this up. But if they can get any kind of points out of this drive right here before halftime, that puts them back in the ball game.
In best case scenario, really, for Colleyville, points, yes, but the other component of it is, can you give your defense an extended rest? This 4:31 leading into halftime, because they have been worked, especially the secondary, on these 20, 30-yard balls downfield all night long from Argyle. And when you look at the scouting report, they were a team that they like to take shots, but they haven't been that efficient in doing it this year. Here's Weaver on the throw down the field, looking for Prysha. Weaver took a shot as well as he released the football. As the pressure was coming, it's incomplete, and now it's a 3rd and 7. Clock stops with 4:11 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, it's like the Eagles said in film, they saw something that they were going to expose in this game, because I'm telling you, they're absolutely going straight at these cornerbacks with everything they got, and they're saying, we're going to take our chances. And tonight, their chances are paying off.
Yes, and we'll get more to that and get some of your thoughts at halftime on that, because you do find yourself in an interesting spot as Weaver throws a dime over the middle. Luke Graves is right there. You want to talk about threading the needle. 4 defenders in the vicinity, but he found his man for a first down.
That was a great throw and catch right there. And he also had another man running down the field wide open, but he chose the right one because he picked up the first down.
Under 4 minutes to go until the intermission. Colleyville looking to make it a 1-score game going into halftime. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Weaver out to West, and he dropped the football. Second time he's had the hands on it, and going from playing secondary to now trying to catch the balls, you can completely understand that.
Yeah, that's one and done for Mr. West. They said you get on the sideline, Mr. Defender. So that's I'm sure we'll see him back in there at some point, but they're going to put their starting receivers back in the game at this time. And
it's a way he's a great athlete, one of their top athletes on their team. It makes sense you want to get him in the mix. We'll see 2nd and 10 from the 45. Abraham on the carry. He's got space again. Look at the edge sealed and some. The running attack looking good and coming alive on this drive.
Well, the running game has come alive in this second quarter. I don't know what happened to it in the first quarter, but they're gashing them right now. And again, if they can just get some points out of this thing going to halftime, they're going to be in good shape.
We haven't talked about it just yet, but that 3-down lineman set, and Abram once again gets to the outside and he gets upended. The interesting thing is it's difficult to pass against Argyle. They've had great pass defense this year, and that's their bread and butter. They've got 3 safeties. They play a nickel with 5 defensive backs, so when you have a 3-3 up in that box, there's some opportunity to run against a defense like that, and you're seeing it now come alive in this second quarter.
Look like this defense has gotten a little tired, and they're gashing them right now. And these quick running backs, they're hitting them right up the hole, like I said. Even on the outside now, they're picking up yards. So that just lets me know this defense is a little tired. And right now, you got to go out on them with everything you got.
Here's Wendler who comes up. Came into tonight with no catches, has 2 on the evening. The backup H-back coming up big, and here he comes, big number 99. Evan Nieta in on offense.
Good for him. Again, they're spreading the love right now, and this is going to be interesting. I can't wait to see this.
This was the same play they had a touchdown on with Nieta blocking up on that right side. He's just an extension of that offensive line, and they have a good carry. I mean, you say, hey, we're going to run a little bit of power. We want some more tight ends to come block. Why don't we get our defensive tackle in there?
That's just a jumbo set, more of a goal line set. And they're just saying, hey, we're going to power this thing down the football field and create a hole for our running back.
Here it's Hebeson who gets the carry. But you can appreciate running goal line sets from, not the goal line, right? Trying to pick up any yards you can and getting creative on the ground in that aspect as Graves comes back in. Now you're working against the clock a little bit here. If you're Colleyville, 1 timeout remaining and 1:45 to go in this second quarter. And 3rd down and 2 yards to go and a timeout taken.
That was a fullback trap. I didn't think fullback existed anymore, but that's awesome to see.
Well, it'll be awesome to see on the other side what Colleyville can do. Panther Friday night on Tradio.
Do you have a dream of having a pool and a backyard oasis? Well, it's time to talk to the professionals at J. Caldwell Custom Pools. From new construction to remodeling to service and maintenance, J. Caldwell Custom Pools is your custom pool builder and outdoor living design expert, serving you with 2 locations, Hudson Oaks and Fort Worth. Because life is too short for ordinary backyards. Dive in and find out more at jcaldwellcustompools.com.
Third and 2 from the 15-yard line. Abram on the carry. He gets stopped up, and he's going to be short. That'll set up 4th down. So out of the timeout, Colleyville opts to run. Now set up with a 4th and 2 with 90 seconds and counting here until halftime. Colleyville going to go for it, down by 14.
This is a big play. They've got to get this 1st down because they're opting not to go for the field goal.
And here's Hebeson on the carry. And
looked like they picked it up.
Yes, Dax Hebeson with a huge 1st down to keep Colleyville's hopes alive of extending this drive. And the Panthers pick it up.
And, Will, those are the little sparks I'm talking about, even with the head coach making a play saying, hey, we're going to go for this, and we're going to get this 1st down. Those are the things you need to do to give your team a spark.
Weaver, pressured, tries to evade it, and he gets tripped up. Under a minute to go in this first half. Weaver stopped up. Wankambi and Wendler come back on. Graves out there as well.
That was a good run down by Max Bland from the backside. I mean, they're not. Their clock is just running. They've got to pay attention to the clock. Use their timeouts. They're not. The clock's just ticking.
One timeout remaining for Colleyville. Under 30 seconds now. And Weaver looks, end zone. It's incomplete. Intended target was Graves in the end zone. That stops the clock with 21 seconds left. A 3rd and 11 upcoming.
Well, you got one timeout in your pocket. It's 3rd down. You got to go for it right here and try to put one in the end zone. They still have 10 yards for a 1st down, but with 21 seconds left on the clock, you got at least to get a field goal out of this and create some points here to make it a 21-10 ball game at halftime.
3rd and 11 from the 14-yard line. Panthers looking to punch one in before halftime. Weaver looks outside, throws it. It's caught for a touchdown.
What a back throw. What a great play by Mr. Weaver. That was a back throw pass, and he caught that. That was awesome.
Nick Wankambi with the touchdown, and the Panthers with a big strike right before halftime.
Will, that was an awesome play right there. I saw the quarterback, Mr. Weaver, look at the receiver, and he threw that a back shoulder fade, and that was awesome to see. The defender didn't even see it coming.
And Wankambi, right place, right time, ball right on the money from Bodie Weaver, right at the back shoulder. Exactly what the Panthers needed right before halftime. And they make it a brand new ball game, right back in it, just down by a score, 14 unanswered after they trailed 21-0, pending the extra point, and it is no good. So check that, 13 unanswered. I spoke too soon, excuse me, as those extra points and field goals are brought to you by Unified Health Advisors Health Insurance Agency. So 21-13, still 2 unanswered scores for the Panthers.
The clock is ticking. It's last call on 24s at Classic Chevrolet. As the #1 dealer in the world, a huge selection of 24s remain with model year-end savings, like new Silverados, 14 grand off MSRP. Or 0% APR is back. Time is running out to get model year-end savings before they're sold. New Silverados, 14 grand off MSRP will not last. Visit ClassicChevrolet.com now.
All right, Buster, come on, you got this. Fix that hair on the right. Just give me hands. Give me the vicious kitty. Perfect. Hey, you, 40-yard line. Big guy, no, the other guy. I've seen your LinkedIn picture. It's not great, bless your heart. You need a new headshot. And since you're not watching the game, watch this.
Unleash your professional image with Metroplex headshots. From individual headshots to executive team portraits, we deliver exceptional quality. Metroplex headshots combines artistry and expertise to create headshots that make an impact. Visit our website at metroplexheadshots.com or
Zucker will play big in what is projected to now be a pretty tight ball game, just to score a difference between the teams, but we'll see how big of a factor. Probably will be one. 16 seconds left, though, until halftime. Argyle back with the football. We'll see if they just take a knee.
I actually thought he made the field goal because he was shocked he made it. He missed it, and I looked at him. He's looking at the referee like, I missed it, so he must have missed it from this angle by just a little bit.
It looked like it was.
I thought it was good.
It really did.
It got me too. So
then you look at the officials, and they say no good.
No good.
So interesting, but now we move on, and it's going to be, Argyle probably thinking, why would we take a knee when we've had downfield shots all night? We'll see what they do. They get a quick hit to the outside, run up the field, and they have plenty of space here down across the 45-yard line. They'll probably burn a timeout here. They'll set themselves up for a deep shot.
Well, that play it worked. I thought they would pursue and get them down 15 yards back, but he's able to get up the field with 6 seconds left, and if they can get out of bounds and field goal range, they have an opportunity to get 3 points out of this deal.
With 16 seconds left, you figured, is it going to be enough time? But with timeouts in the pocket, now none left, they'll have to get to the sideline. So that's the approach, right? From the 49-yard line, do you go quick to the sideline, but if you don't get to the sideline, you get nothing, or do you just take a home run opportunity? And let's take another look at that extra point. You see Ryan Zucker was thinking that he made it, but just missed it, and a rarity for the all-district kicker.
Well, again, it looked good from here, and I'm looking at the referees like, are you sure about that? That's one of those we need instant replay back here because, you know, they're good referees, but they're capable. Capable of missing that call.
6 seconds left. What does Argyle have up their sleeve? What type of play in the playbook from the 49 and 6 seconds left and no timeouts? You look at the defense for Colleyville. You got 3 back, and then 5 at that second level, and then 3 on the line. You're going to try to guard the sideline?
Yeah, no hero ball here. You bat the ball down. He's going to throw it deep, and he's going to throw it up in the air. Nobody needs to play heroes here. Knock the ball down. Don't go for the pick.
And there is the throw down the field. It is caught by Grant Romero, but the tackle made in the open field. And that brings us to halftime. Entertaining, thrilling first half. Argyle scored the first 21, but Colleyville responded with 2 touchdowns, and they make it a 1-score game at halftime. A tightly contested affair. And District 3-5A D2 action. 2 of the top teams going at it here at Argyle, and we will take a timeout. You're watching Panther Friday Night on
for your halftime of the game. The Panther marching band, Simon and the varsity Panthers game. Actually, we begin with the heart of the band. The crowd is the state and national champion, Colleyville Heritage Varsity Panthers game. Tonight, performing the Screamers Jazz team to Shut Up and Dance. Panthers under the direction of Derek Dan and assisted by Haley Wick. Working Day. Principal of the Week, Ali Perez. Member of the Week, Sean. Section of the Week, Colleyville Heritage Sergeant title, and it includes Machine from Tiffany Refined, by Local Willie Asphalt Cocktail by John McKay, San Fuji by Phil Smart, Higher Man by Black Sabbath, Veil for Sikorsky by Michael Dante, the original music by Brett. Colleyville High School is proud to present drum majors Maddie Shepard, Candy Bott, Caleb Taylor, Elizabeth Troutman, and the Colleyville Heritage Panther Band.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I can hear you. Maybe like a water and a Gatorade or something like that. One. Yeah, water and a Gatorade, I guess.
For your continued support. Once again, let's hear it for the Colleyville Heritage High School Panther Marching Band and the Varsity Panther Dancing. And let's go Panthers!
It's behind me. It should still be plugged in. My outfit, everything.
They call it the big time. Got your name in lights. Now you're gonna shine. Got them in your sights.
You're just trying to find a way out. I don't want to tell you how to live, but I just don't want you to miss. And I don't mean to scare you. I want you to live and I dare you to give this life all you have. Yeah, all you have. We are
there's a football game at halftime right now, 3-5 AD2. Big-time district matchup tonight. I'm Will Connerly alongside Shannon Brazil. And Shannon, it's been a football game, that's for sure. Let's break down this first half of action. Argyle takes a 21-0 lead. Colleyville scores 13 unanswered. And we sit at a one-score deficit at halftime. What is your takeaway from that first half?
Well, I'll tell you what, in the first quarter, this Eagles offense came down and marched the ball right down the Panthers' defensive throat, and they did it for a full quarter, and then the tides changed the second quarter. Just when it looked like this ball game could get out of hand at 21-0, the Panthers decide to fight back. The defense plays a little better, causing some punts there, I believe, and then the offense able to come down and score a touchdown and then get another touchdown before the half, and to make this game a 21-13 ball game. And so now coming back, they have to match that intensity. They cannot afford to let this Eagles offense come back in and get fired up and take out to a bigger lead. Then they have to play catch up. I don't think this is one of those games where if they have to play catch up like we've seen them do in the past, this offense is too explosive. I don't think they'll have time to get back in this ball game if they allow that to happen.
Let's look ahead to the second half. You just alluded to it a little bit. What are going to be things to look for in the second half? Let's have a conversation about that. Let's start first with when the Eagles are on offense. It felt like the secondary of Colleyville got exploited a few times. When you look at what the Eagles did in the first half in the vertical passing game, in particular to Julian Caldwell down the field, their receiver, what are some things to look for the Panthers on defense in the second half going up against this offense for Argyle that really did have their way, especially to begin the game?
Again, as I mentioned before, I don't know what the Eagles saw in their film study this week, but whatever they saw, it told them to go at the cornerbacks with Hall and Mr. West. And I'm telling you, that's all they did was streak routes, go routes, and they went at them the whole first quarter and a little bit in the second quarter. I tell you what, I expect for the defense now to come in and play a little bit more press, putting their hands on them to slow them down, which will allow the defensive front to get more time to get to the quarterback. Because if you're playing off the receiver and they have a go route without putting your hands on them, it's just pitch and catch, throw and catch. That's what it's going to be, like we saw in the first half.
The interesting part coming in is that Argyle was over 60% run coming in. They come out first drive and just throw it around the yard. And the reason they're run is because their best offensive player is, there's some candidates on there, but Watson Bell, their running back, is a guy coming in with 428 yards through 3 games. He's gone above 100 in twice 2 games this season. He had a touchdown, and it was an impressive run at that. But yeah, that's interesting because if you're just a coach and you're scouting Colleyville and you're thinking, okay, their up front guys are really good, led by obviously Nieta, but they're just a good front. The linebackers are really good. How can we neutralize the linebackers? The secondary's good, but they kind of said, hey, if we're going to pick our poison, we'll try to pick on some of these corners, because if we don't, these guys are going to bring pressure. And with Jerry Edwards as the defensive coordinator and head coach, the linebackers as well, their whole mindset is stopping the run. So, and you could see that last week. It was Colleyville stopping the run to the extent that they really just forced Timberview to try to pass, make them one-dimensional. And maybe Argyle tried to just combat that from the jump and said, hey, we'll try the pass.
Yeah, I believe that's true, because that's based off last week, I believe they said, you know what, we can't run on these defensive line and these linebackers. So now our best shot is going to be to take shots down the football field at the cornerbacks, and for the most part, it's worked.
Well, you can hear the noise. Hopefully, you can still hear us. It is loud out here. That's what you like to see. People getting loud, people getting rowdy. For Panther Friday night on Tradio, the noise being brought for Colleyville Heritage. We'd like to remind you upcoming next, they'll be home against Everman, but not next week. They have their bye next week. So if Colleyville can get a win and get rested and get ready to come home against Everman, that's the hope and plan for the Panthers. If they do it, it'll have to be from a comeback, what was once a 21-point deficit, now down by just 8 now. So we'll see what they can do. The good part about it as well is, well, they'll get the football to start the second half also.
And that's why it was so important to score before the half, because they get the ball back, and now they have opportunity to get back in this ball game by marching down the field right now and putting some points on the board. And I look forward to the second half. I'm watching to see what type of energy that these Eagles come out with the second half.
Well, the second half is underway, and the ball bounces through the end zone for a touchback, so the Colleyville Heritage offense will come on out. Bodie Weaver started to make some plays in that second quarter, and primarily the rushing attack is what came alive. Can they continue to establish it on the ground? We'll find that answer out here pretty quickly, but Bryce Abraham and Gerard Wiley, they definitely were having their way on the ground. The guys up front started to create some holes. They had some goal line formations in the middle of the field that helped create those holes. How does Jeremy Snyder and this offense now operate in this second half?
I would stick to whatever, the same plan they had trying to close this game out before halftime, and they started opening up holes. I believe their hope right now, they're spreading it out. Look like they're going to start off in their passing set, but we shall see.
It's Wiley who is in the backfield, and he'll get a carry, burst to the outside. He has some speed, and look at Wiley go across the 50. A flag is down, and Wiley, he is gone for a touchdown. First play of the second half. Shannon Brazil is fired up.
Wow, what a play. First play from scrimmage, a touchdown by Mr. Wiley, fighting off a defender with a stiff arm and running away from the defenders. What a play by Mr. Wiley.
Fireworks to start the second half of action. And now, after the Panthers missed an extra point earlier in the ball game, they're going to go for 2. There was a flag on the play. It was picked up.
Well, I guess they switched. They changed their mind. They're going to go for 1. They say right now we have plenty of time to get back in this ball game. I think I'd go for 2, but hey, this coach knows what he's doing. But I'm telling you what, Mr. Wiley's one fast running back. Once he broke away with that stiff arm, he ran away with this thing, and they were left in his dust.
So check that. Like you said, they will go for the PAT. It appeared as though they were going to go for 2. As the way they came out there, but when you saw Mr. Zucker, number 47, you knew a kick was a part of the operation. Earlier today became the all-time leader in school history in points scored with the first PAT he made. This one is up. We wait for the signal. It is good, and it is a 1-point game. How about it? Gerard Wiley to the house.
That was an awesome play, and again, they stuck to what they did before the halftime. They're going to run this football. Again, I said spark they needed to look for, and they found it in their running game.
So let's get another look at that explosive, elusive run. First play of the second half, and you were looking for a spark all night long. I think you just got it.
Yes, sir. Not only did you get it, this crowd is fired up. They're excited. They're back in the ball game, and now the players have enthusiasm. They have emotion, and at halftime, I don't know what that speech was from their head coach, but it got them fired up, and this is going to be one exciting second half of football.
Wow. Sophomore running back to the house on your first touch in the second half. And it is the Panthers sideline. They're starting to get fired up. Why not? We've got a football game on our hands. A couple teams that are looking to stay undefeated in district action. There was a flag on that rushing touchdown. The flag was against the defense, so that'll allow Ryan Zucker to boot this one deep. And it will be a touchback, but we'll see how far he can boot it.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll kick this one out of the end zone, and those guys will start at the 20. But I'm telling you, the emotion has changed sides right now. These guys are fired up. Their fans are fired up. And the Eagles side of the football, not so much right now. So we'll see what happens on this next series.
Gerard Wiley, one touch to the house. You need some explosive plays. Maybe you don't have to go to the air. And Zuckert boots it through the end zone. After the penalty was assessed, that was surely the result. And now the Panthers defense will head out. Just a 1-point ball game. Once upon a time, Colleyville down by 21. Now just a 1-point deficit.
Well, Mr. Hall, Mr. West, let's get ready. Because they're going to come at you. And right now, perfect time to put your hand in their chest, slow those receivers down so your defensive front can create some sacks.
1-point game, and it's McGuire Gasperson, the quarterback. He looks down the field again, and it's incomplete. Intended target down the field was a man he looked to all first half, and Julian Caldwell. And it was Jaden Hall who was there in the coverage.
Yeah, the receiver and the quarterback was not on the same page. He back-shouldered the ball, and the receiver's running a streak route.
Coming in to make the catch is Grant Romero. And he picks up a decent gain on second down and 10 from the 25 after the touchback. Opening drive of the second half, Colleyville gets a big rushing touchdown from Gerard Wiley. And out to the far side, caught at the 40 in the turn up the middle of the field. Breaking a tackle and off, there goes Will Krzyzak. He's racing to the end zone, and Krzyzak for the touchdown. A huge touchdown, 70 yards, and Will Krzyzak enters with a big score of his own.
Simple pass, that was just the inside slant, and he breaks a few tackles and takes it to the house. That was a critical missed tackle by the safety. You've got to have those kind of plays right now. You can't afford to miss tackle with these guys. They're too explosive, and that's why that 70-yard touchdown just happened.
A 28-20 score. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Panther Friday Night on Tradio.
It's last call on 24s at Classic Chevrolet. As the #1 dealer in the world, a huge selection of 24s remain with model year-end savings, like new Silverados, $14,000 off MSRP. Or 0% APR is back. Time is running out to get model year-end savings before they're sold. New Silverados, $14,000 off MSRP will not last. Visit ClassicChevrolet.com now.
Back with you, Panther Friday Night on Tradio, alongside Shannon Brazil. I'm Will Connerly, happy to be alongside you tonight. After a touchdown by Gerard Wiley, a big, massive touchdown run on the first play from scrimmage for the Panthers in the first half. A response, Will Krzyzak with a 70-yard touchdown reception. So first time each team touches the ball in the second half, it goes for a score, and it's 28-20, Colleyville to get the football back.
Yeah, I know the defensive coordinator and Coach Watson's going to be pulling out their hair on missed tackles, because you have a guy who picks up a first down and you have a chance to stop him, and because you're the missed tackle, it turns into 7 points. So they've got to get that corrected and get it corrected fast.
So Colleyville back on offense. down by 8.
All right, this is a perfect opportunity for this offense to keep doing what they've been doing, and running the ball and hitting them right up the middle, and just staying consistent with the run. The Eagles can't seem to stop it.
Really came alive in that second quarter. Now it's Bryce Abram back there after the big rush from Gerard Wiley. Abram picks up a few on the first down carry.
Max Bland and defense on the play. That was a great feel by the linebackers on that play. But hey, I'd stay with it, keep pushing them, keep running, and set yourself up for success on the pass.
Second down and 9 from the 26-yard line. Third quarter of action. Abram again on the carry. And Xavier Trotter comes in to make the tackle. Sets up a third down after a couple carries for Abram on this series. Second series for Colleyville, and Wendler comes in. We saw some creativity, especially in the clear passing downs for Colleyville in that first half. Trying to get new guys involved with the absence of Braden Blewett. You saw Hayden West, Dax Severson, and even Mr. Blake Wendler get involved in the passing game. 3rd and 6. Weaver in the gun, and some miscommunication. It looked like he tried to give it off, kept it himself, and he gets stopped up, and Colleyville will have to punt.
Yeah, it looked like he was putting it in the breadbasket, and then he tried to pull it out at the last minute. Looked like he was a misread. It looked like he was trying to keep it to get on the outside edge, but it got stuck and was able to, the defense was able to make a play, to be honest with you.
So a loss of a yard, 4th and 7. Zuckert out to punt. And they do it from their own 28. Zuckert gets the punt off, a nice one and a fair catch, and then the ball rolls down. Colleyville trying to down it before it goes into the end zone, but unable to get there in time. But definitely a very friendly bounce, at least, as it looked like it was just going to be fair caught toward the 30. It rolls all the way into the end zone, nearly an opportunity to pin the Eagles back deep, but now they get the football back up by a score, trying to add on. We'll see if Colleyville can answer defensively. Argyle gets a stop, and now it's Colleyville's turn, down by 8 points.
It's time to see some pressure from this defensive line. They hadn't gotten the backfield much, but they need to create a sack, so they will create a loss of down with some yards lost to give their secondary opportunity to make plays, or to bring in a nickel type set to where they're able to stop a 3rd and long and to get their offense back the ball. But this defense has got to make a play right here. Bringing the blitz.
Dropping back, throwing a bomb down the field, and it's incomplete, but a flag flies. In coverage was Chase Gibson, the sophomore. They were looking down the field for Grant Romero, and the second downfield pass that's resulted in a pass interference against the defense tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that call, Will. He had his great coverage. He made up for it. The ball was underthrown, and the defender puts his hands up. Maybe his head wasn't turned back, but that was an iffy call to me. But, hey, let's play the next play.
And still you see the corners in Gibson out there, somebody who stepped in week 1 against all those talented Red Oak receivers with starters out. And he's out there now in the second half, and there's an interception! Hayden West comes up when you need him, right when you talk about the secondary needing to rise to the occasion. Mr. Hayden West gets it done.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. The defense has to create turnovers. They flush the quarterback to the left. He rolls out, and he thought he saw a man open, and Mr. West breaks in front of the receiver. Easy interception.
Hayden West comes up with another interception, a big playmaker. We've seen him on offense tonight, and he's been picked on quite a bit tonight as well. First series, they were just going right at West. He gets the ball back for his squad, and that's Juan Combi who makes the catch at the 41-yard line. And so a pickup of a couple yards there, but Hayden West with the big interception, a turnover playing big, 3 interceptions for Colleyville last week. They had 4 2 weeks ago against the Colony, and they get a big one here with Hayden West coming up once again for this secondary for the Panthers.
I would continue to give it to Wally. He's hot right now. He's fast. He's causing these guys have to run side to side. Even though he loses yards on this play, you got to stick with your hot hand.
Wiley with a big loss on the play, and that'll set up third and about 10 yards now, a backup of 2. And for Colleyville, you wonder what they can dial up. You'd suspect that if you can gather some yards, you're probably going for it, so that's in the back of your mind as well here.
Yeah, this is definitely, to me, four down territory. So they need to pick up at least 5 to 7 yards to give themselves a chance to get it on 4th down.
Weaver shot down the field looking for West. Flag flies in the backfield. We'll see if it's against Colleyville. Argyle likely would decline, you would think.
Yeah, I think they're going to get him for holding.
I mean, maybe not. You said yes, they do, and it's 4th and 10. And that's where, okay, now you probably do punt.
Yep, pin them back.
And so they do. They do accept the penalty and make it 3rd down.
Gotcha, okay.
For a moment, you saw the special teams unit go out there, but that's interesting because you do play the field position game if you're Argyle, but if you're Colleyville and you can get 10 yards here, 4th and 10, similar spot, they sent the punt unit out, so that indicates that they will punt at 4th and 10. Empty, 2 receivers to either side, 1 in the backfield. Weaver looks down the field, quick release looking for Graves, and it's incomplete. And now is where you bring out the punt unit. So Colleyville can't take advantage of great field position after the interception. They started in plus territory, but they don't get any points out of it. Can Ryan Zuckert now pin the Eagles back deep?
With the leg of Zucker, I believe he can do it. Those guys have just got to cover so they can have good field position and try to get this offense off the field as soon as possible because we know how deadly they can be if they stay out here long.
Zucker gets the punt off, and it hits off Bryson Burgess.
Oh, it's their ball.
And the ball is now loose.
Is
it picked up by Colleyville? It hit Burgess first, though. Inadvertently, waiting for the official signal, Shannon. Because it hit Burgess first, right? So would you mark it down at that spot?
That's
right?
where it is. Yeah, I'm sorry I jumped the gun because the defender came in and touched the ball. I don't know why he would do that. And then the Panthers got the ball back. If it hadn't hit the defender in the first place, it would be the Panthers' ball right now. But unfortunately, they don't get that break.
So 1st and 10 for Argyle from the 26-yard line. McGuire Gasperson, the junior quarterback, in the shotgun. He looks to the outside, gives it off to Romero, and he runs up the field, gets wrapped up eventually by Chase Gibson. Getting some more action here in this second half. But it's a 1st down, balled up to the 41.
Good open field tackle by Mr. Gibson. That's a big play.
And you talk about this press coverage, a little bit more of it. Now West in the coverage. Intended target there was Taniela O'Neal, and it's incomplete. And that's what you mentioned at halftime. You said, hey, corners were a little bit off in that first half, gave some receivers some space. Now with press coverage, it allows the opportunity for more miscommunication.
Exactly.
And the box to get in there to the backfield.
Exactly, that's what just happened.
Now it's Bell, burst of speed down the sideline. He twists and turns to the 40-yard line and a big pickup.
Yeah, somebody gave up the edge. There's a flag on the play. I don't see it, but there is a flag on the play.
Looks like it's coming back. They do get a holding called against the freshman right guard, Weston Cheney. The interesting thing about this offensive line, the biggest that Colleyville may play. Now, Tyler Roberts at 325 pounds at 6'10", he definitely lifts the scales average higher, but the average offensive line weight is 293 pounds for Argyle.
I'm telling you, that's a big offensive line up front, and they're getting tired, though. I can tell you that.
There's Krisiak, who gets up to the 45-yard line, just had the 70-yard touchdown to open the scoring for Argyle. And their first drive of the second half, it gets the first down there, so that wipes out the holding penalty.
West guessed wrong on that. He actually thought there was going to be a deep go route, and he got burnt on that with a stop route. And so they've got to quit guessing and just play the football.
Watson Bell with a big carry and a pickup of 12 to make it another first down as Argyle's driving. Eagles with a 1st and 10. 6.5 on the clock in the third quarter. Pressure comes. Gasperson gets out of the pocket. Now tries to turn up the field. And he keeps staying on his feet. Gasperson eventually tumbles down, but another first down. 3 consecutive first downs for Argyle, and they're in the red zone.
You have to watch your angles. Right there, every defender outran their angle, and he's able to cut underneath every play. You've got to take the right angle and make those plays.
Bell on the carry as the Eagles go no huddle pretty consistently. And he gets another good gain. It's Burgess who makes the stop. As Argyle's trying to go up by a couple scores. Bell in the backfield gets the carry, and he gets hit from behind. Good blow up of the run there. Marius Logan was in there first from the edge to stop the run.
What a great tackle off the edge by Logan, which caused him to run into Evan and the rest of the group for a short pickup.
Bell comes off. Logan Rexroth, the secondary running back, comes into the ball game. Braden Bach, the tight end, bunched up on the left side. And they throw it out to the outside, trying to get it off to the tight end. And he has a decent gain to make it 3rd and inches. They can still pick up the first down without getting the touchdown.
That was a great play by the defender there because he saved a touchdown, actually. So that was a good hustle play from across the field to save a touchdown.
Under 5. And just 1 yard to gain. Gasperson takes it himself. And Argyle gets the first down to make it 1st and goal. They're right at the goal line, just looking to punch it in. They go again, but a whistle was called.
Yeah, the defense didn't have their stuff together there. Wes was running off the field because he thought somebody came in for him when he was supposed to be on the field. They just wanted him to switch sides.
That's a tough time to burn a timeout, though, because you know you might need all of them as well, right?
Yeah, you got to communicate right now. They got to settle down and not panic. When they send somebody in, they try to send them across field. You don't have time to rotate. As you know, the Argyle offense, they're doing the hurry up, so you just send them on to the right side. Why switch them? They know what to do. They know each other's responsibilities, but there shouldn't have been a switch on that play, cost them a timeout.
And at 1st and goal to go from the 1. I mean, the Eagles are going to score, you would think.
Right, that was corner play. That shouldn't have happened. They're running the ball right up the middle no matter what. They're not going to go outside with the ball right now. So, to me, you just got The coaches, I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to make sure they had the right personnel in. But right there, to burn a timeout, that could be costly in the fourth quarter.
Definitely. We'll see. Lining up in the gun from the 1-yard line. Man comes in motion. Gasperson takes it himself, and nobody touches him. Touchdown, Argyle.
And again, that's what I'm talking about right there. We knew they were going to run it, so they should have just kept the personnel in there they had. And now they're out of it. They go up another score, and they lose a timeout. It's not looking good for them right now.
Still plenty of time, but Argyle trying to take a 15-point advantage pending the extra points. Kick is up, and it is through from Ruvakaba. And a 15-point lead for Argyle with 4:29 to go in this third quarter.
One thing I like about this Panther team, they can be down by 2 touchdowns, they can be down by 3, but they always find a way to fight back. So a 15-point lead right now with 4 minutes left before the fourth quarter is nothing to these guys. They just have to do it.
We'll be right back. It's Panther Friday Night on Tradio.
All right, Buster, come on, you got this. Fix that hair on the right. Just give me hands. Give me the vicious kitty. Perfect. Hey. Hey, you. 40-yard line. Big guy. No, the other guy. I've seen your LinkedIn picture. It's not great. Bless your heart. You need a new headshot. And since you're not watching the game, watch this.
Unleash your professional image with Metroplex headshots. From individual headshots to executive team portraits, we deliver exceptional quality. Metroplex Headshots combines artistry and expertise to create headshots that make an impact. Visit our website at metroplexheadshots.com or call us today to schedule your session. Metroplex Headshots. Unleash your professional image.
A 15-point deficit for Colleyville. They'll get the football back after the rushing touchdown from Gasperson. The kick is off, and it is a touchback. Alongside the TCU Hall of Fame linebacker Shannon Brazil, I'm Will Connerly. We're happy to be with you, Panther Friday Night on Tradio. Thanks for your support and joining us on a Friday night. No place we'd rather be, Texas Friday night high school football, and we'll see if Colleyville can make this one interesting. 4:29 to go in the third, down by 15. The time is now for the Panthers.
They've got to just, again, settle down, do what got them here, but they have to move the ball. They've got to put together a drive right now with 4 minutes left before the fourth quarter. I believe they can do it. They just got to get it done.
We'll see if the run is the way they want to go with the deficit and the time. Bodie Weaver going to run it. He has space. And he goes down wisely. Early in the season, you brought it up, Jerry Edwards brought it up. Hey, we think QB1's taken one too many hits, and wisely dives there.
Hey, that was a good play by him. He needs to use his legs right now because right now they're running the ball. He's throwing the ball, but they forgot that Weaver has legs too, and he picks up the first down.
So a 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line, 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Weaver in the gun, Graves moved, and that will be a 5-yard penalty. So 1st and 15 upcoming on the false start.
Number 5, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Yeah, I don't know why he's jumping. He knows the count. They can't afford to put him in this situation, moving backwards. The goal is to move forward.
And also for Luke Graves, you saw it against the Colony when he had his first game back. He had a ton of passing lanes down the seam. So we'll see if he can't continue to get that type of action in, as it's a rush to the outside by Abram.
Nice hard run by Abram. trying to pick up a little bit of the yards they lost there. Still going to keep them behind the sticks, though.
2nd and 13 yards to go. 2 split to either side. Weaver looks to the outside, gives it off to Abram, and he can't make the catch as Weaver goes down to the turf, takes the hit from Brody Bomar after they try to get a quick screen out to the running back.
Yeah, he needed to catch that ball. He was going to pick up a couple positive yards there. I don't think he'd get the first down, but at least to give him a better opportunity in a third down situation. And then on top of that, your quarterback takes a hit. So they've got to dial up one here and try to get this first down.
3rd and 13. Panthers need it. Weaver gets the snap, looks to the far side. Ball is caught at the 45-yard line. That'll make it 4th and short. Trevi Prycha makes the catch. This third quarter brought to you by MFI Roofing. Shout out to the great sponsor. And 4th and 4, Colleyville not going to go for it. They'll opt to punt here, down by 15 with 3 to go in the third.
Well, it's a perfect opportunity for the defense to make another play. They've got to get the ball back into the offensive hand. They're running out of time. It's already under 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and they're punting the ball right now. So defense, this is the time to step up and make a big play for your offense because they're going to have great field position.
So Argyle will be backed up. Colleyville punts down by 15, and they give the ball back to Argyle. And the Eagles, well rested. It was a perfect storm for them as well. 2-1. They had their bye week last week. And
well, this defense this is the best field position they've had all day. Right now is the time to dial it up and put some pressure on this quarterback.
And it's a handoff to Bell. He tries to cut up the middle, and he picks up some decent yardage. Backed up, though, at their own 6-yard line. It's an opportunity to try to flip the field and get your offense back in good field position. You're running out of possessions as well. You're assuming that Watson Bell, who has been their go-to back all year long, they're going to try to feed him up by 15 in this second half. They give it off to him again, and he runs right into the defensive line of Demarius Logan and Evan Nieta. And so that sets up 3rd and 4.
Well, that was a good play by the defense. They ran a twist stunt, and all that is the defensive end and the tackle twisting, creating a mismatch for a tackle.
3rd and 4 from the 12. Gasperson gets the snap, throws it down the field, and the ball is caught. Another massive play down the field. And once again, Colleyville unable to stop the vertical threats, and Elia O'Neal gets the big catch across midfield.
Nieta was a second late. He had a free rush at the quarterback and actually hit him, but the quarterback had already released the football, making a strike.
1:23 to go in the third. Colleyville down by 15. Big pass and another deep shot. And this time it's Krzyzak who makes the catch as Dadrian Gaines was in coverage. And he gets up, looks to be a little shaken up as Krzyzak came in as their leading target. He's had some big plays in this second half, and the Harvard commit gets Argyle all the way down to the 11-yard line.
It's throw left, throw right. We've got some flags going, but I'm telling you, Will, I mean, it's easy when you can just look up and throw a go route on the left side and on the right side, back-to-back plays, and get them down inside the red zone. I mean, these guys have got to do a better job pressing the receivers and running right by them, not letting them run free. That's the problem. They're letting them run free. Therefore, they're running past them, and that's an easy throw and catch. If you get up in their face, get up in the mix, put hands on them before the 5 yards is over with, meaning before they get past 5 yards, it throws off the timing. That's what they have to do, and that's not what they're getting done right now.
Gasperson fires it outside, and it's a tackle that is made. Coming in on the stop is Hayden West on the connection to Krisiak.
Great play by Mr. West. He read that quick play, as you call it, and the guy tried to block him. He dips his shoulder, comes underneath him, makes a play on the receiver for a loss. Great play.
40 seconds to go in the third. Argyle driving. Colleyville trying to stay in this one. They know they need a stop. And it's 2nd and 15. Bell on the carry, cuts up the field, stays on his feet, gets upended right around the 2. Man, Watson Bell with a big carry, and he sets the Eagles up in great position.
Watson Bell, I'm sorry, is 5'8", 170. This guy runs very hard. He's swift, and he can cut on a dime, and that's why he's able to make that type of play you just saw.
Watson Bell has been the bell cow tonight on the ground, and a timeout is what we will take because it's the end of the third quarter. 35-20 the score. Argyle up by 15. They're knocking on the door to put more points on the board. We'll see if they can do just that. Or do the Panthers come up with a goal line stand? Find out next. It's Panther Friday night on Tradio.
Church is for you. Join us each week to experience great music, a message that applies to your everyday life, as well as programming for your kids and students to engage on their level. Learn more at compass.church.
Alongside Shannon Brazil, I'm Will Connerly, and it is third down, goal to go. And here is Gasperson, who gets into the end zone, back-to-back rushing touchdowns. It's all Argyle right now. First play of the fourth quarter, and a big touchdown once again for the Eagles.
Yeah, they had the defensive end or the came in the nose tackle and just missed the play. The quarterback, he read him. He decided to keep the ball. He ran right past the defender. Easy touchdown.
Extra point up, and it is good. Makes it a 42-20 score. Colleyville to get the football back. They really showed some life, Shannon, to start this second half. They got the football into their hands and then scored on their first play. If you're just joining us, Colleyville trailed 21-0 early in the second quarter. They made it 21-13 at halftime and then scored on their first play in the second half to make it a very tight one-point game at 21-20. But since then, it's been Argyle who's gone on another run, and they now lead 42-20 as they started to take control after that very impressive Jerron Wiley rushing touchdown to begin the second half. Getting a 1-point deficit, that's as close as Colleyville can get so far tonight, and now facing another big deficit.
Well, again, the Eagles said, we're going to just air this thing out and do what we did in the first quarter. That last quarter, the third quarter, looked exactly like the first quarter, and you got just about the same results. So they're up 20-plus points, and now this Panthers team has got to find a way to just kind of fight back to get in the ball game. I mean, they've done it before. They're just running out of time with 11:55 left in the fourth quarter. You know, let's just try to cut back into this game and make some big plays, and they're going to have to do it on the defensive side as well.
Colleyville to get the football back. They've got a fourth quarter to work with, but they trail by 3 scores.
Yeah, the momentum has definitely switched from the fan side. Now they have it over there. They're partying on that other side, and they have every right to. But I tell you what, I need these Panther fans to get back behind their team and make some excitement so they can get back in the ball game. That'd be great to see.
We'll see if they can do that. 42-20. It's tough because you appreciate the fight back from being down 21 to make it a 1-point deficit, but all the energy they exerted to get back into the game, Argyle stepped right on the gas once Colleyville made it a 1-point game, and they go up by 22.
Yeah, it's like they got their second win. That's all. They said, okay, we hit them in the mouth, we got tired, and then they caught their second win, and they smashed the gas again. So now it's the Panthers' time to try to just put some points on the board. I'm sorry.
Player down for Colleyville on that Bodie Weaver run, early stages of this fourth quarter. And that's something you hate to see. Eli Emerson, the senior all-district center who's been the main guy snapping the football and the guy snapping the football to Bodie Weaver this year. He is shaken up and coming to the sideline right now.
Yeah, you hate to see players go down anytime on either side of the ball. But, hey, this is a next man up sport, and somebody's got to come in and pick up the slack.
And it will be the left tackle, Parker Leatherwood, who now moves to center, and he'll snap it off to Bodie Weaver. It's caught by Wankambi, and Wankambi gets up to about the 38-yard line as they pick up the first down. And if nothing else in this fourth quarter, Colleyville can try to experience what it's like without Braden Blewett when you have to pass the ball, because you have to pass it in the fourth right now, and you can really try to exercise what this passing attack is going to look like for the remainder of this campaign, as well as Weaver goes down in the backfield. A big sack. Everybody was getting in there, and getting there first was Trevor Kane for the sack.
Yeah, it looked like the offensive line was just sitting around on that play and watching. My coach used to tell us, if you want to watch, go buy a ticket to sit in the stands. Those guys have to do a better job protecting their quarterback, because he's a prime example. He's the guy that's going to take these guys down the line next game to the promised land. If they get him hurt, he won't be in there. Sorry.
Weaver, shot down the field, looking for Wankambi, and it hits off his hands, can't haul it in. Good look down the field, and now the offensive line is shifted. You have Jaden Griffin up on the left side with Chandler Sampson, who stepped in. They moved out the left tackle, and Parker Leatherwood out to center, and keeping the right side the same with Wes Dalio-Cubic out there at right tackle alongside Tucker Perryman. But shift that up a little bit. That was a deep shot, now 3rd and 15.
Yeah, that was a good play, and that was my point. Mr. Weaver put that ball on his hands. He's got to catch that ball. You can't afford to get him hurt.
Now Weaver just has to get rid of it. Frustrating drive right there by the Panthers. 4th and 15, backed up in their own territory. They'll have to punt. Down 42-20 with 10:40 to go in the fourth quarter, as the Panthers starting to lose some hope.
Yeah, you can see the frustration setting in with Mr. Weaver. His offensive line didn't give him much time to throw the ball on the last 2 plays, and he's scrambling for his life. They've got to listen. That's their teammate, and they're all playing to win. But the one thing you don't want is your captain, your leader, taking big hits. And so they've got to just have pride in what they're doing right now and finish this ball game the best they can.
The punt is off, and it bounces down, takes a good roll, and it will be another inside the 20 punt, 7th of the year for Ryan Zucker, with 10:28 to go in the 4th.
Well, listen, this defense right now, listen, and I've always said it, maybe you don't get back in this ball game, but there's a lot of football left, and right now you just pick up momentum, try to finish healthy, and pick up some momentum going into the next game. So a big play right here by the defense, a big interception, a big sack, something to give them some momentum going into the next game.
This 4th quarter is brought to you by J. Caldwell Custom Pools. Thanks to our great sponsor here on Panther Friday night on Tradio. Alongside Shannon Brazil, I'm Will Connerly. And it's a handoff outside, and good play made by Dax Hebeson on the carry from Logan Rexroth for a tackle for loss. The linebacker getting in the backfield.
Great pursuit by the defense. Argyle look like they're going to run the football and try to go ahead and milk this clock.
Second and 12. And looking down the field, pressure coming, and now a rush up the field, making some moves and continuing to go. Wow, what a big play. You talk about Argyle looking not necessarily to surrender it, but putting a new quarterback in Trot Jordan in relief of McGuire Gasperson, and he has a big play himself. The backup quarterback making it happen with his legs.
Listen, those guys practice too. They want to get their shine too, and I didn't notice that was a backup, but that's why he's running so hard. And they want to make, their parents are watching the game like everybody else's parents, so they're not gonna quit. They're gonna play hard.
So 9:17 on the clock in the 4th quarter. New QB in Trot Jordan alongside Logan Rexroth, the running back. Toss to the outside. And tackle made right at the 50-yard line, a pickup of 3 yards. And that moves it for a first down.
Yeah, the defense is still, they're out there playing. They've just got to find a way to get to the football for a sack or interception to stop the bleeding. Again, play for pride, play for your team, play for, this is still the first game or second game in district play. So there's a lot to look forward to.
There's Rexroth, who breaks through the second level, gets inside the 40-yard line on the carry, a pickup of 11, and that's a first down.
And Will, you said it earlier that we knew this game would be rough, but one of these two teams is going to be the team that's going to end up, finishing the district strong, with Seguin being a team that's undefeated, I believe. And so after this game, they can just regroup and put some wins together. I think they'll be okay.
8 minutes to go. Some miscommunication in the backfield. Rexroth still able to get some positive movement out of it as Argyle, if you're just joining us once again, it was a 21-0 lead for Argyle out of the gates. They scored on their first 3 drives. Colleyville had an interception in the end zone in their first drive, which led to another Argyle score to make it 14-0, followed by a punt that made it 21-0. Colleyville showed some life in the second quarter, made it 21-13 at halftime, and then scored the first time they touched the ball in the second half to make it 21-20, and that was where the game got really exciting. But since then, Colleyville has not been able to get anything going offensively and defensively tonight. The running has happened for Argyle, but I think when you
break this tape down and really digest it. The thing that hurt Colleyville tonight was the inability to stop the go routes down the field in the single coverage primarily.
Yeah, I don't know what the word was or at halftime to stop the go routes, but they didn't. And that's how they got right back in this game and blew it wide open. So that's going to be – and the one thing you got to think about is, you know, the next opponent coming up saying, you know what, it worked for this team. We're going to do the same thing. And so they're going to have to find a way to get these cornerbacks a little bit more jazzed up for these games, or they're going to have to protect them over the back with a safety and strong safety play.
So 3rd and 14 from the 43-yard line.
I didn't realize one of our players were down, Will. I hope he's okay. Prayers for him and his family.
And that's intercepted by Burgess. And that will be Colleyville getting the football back with 7:18 to go in the fourth quarter. So they show some life. Argyle inserts all their backups. And Bryson Burgess comes in with another interception, adding to his total this season.
Hey, man, I don't care. Interceptions are interceptions. I don't care when they happen. You just have to do that and give your offense a chance to put some points on the board.
And you referenced player being down. It was Dadrian Gaines who, on that previous series in the third, leading into the fourth, came off, looked to be shaken up, and now being helped off by more medical staff and being carted off. So thoughts and prayers with him and his family, and hope everything is okay with the Panthers senior free safety.
For sure.
Bodie Weaver throws it outside, looking for the running back in Bryce Abraham, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 as Colleyville gets the football back from their own 17-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like the Eagles are doing, you know, subbing people in and out, and the offense of the Panthers are still in there. So, you know, maybe they can dial up one and put some points on the board here with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
2nd and 10 from the 17. Wankambi on the catch. Tries to run after it, and he is stopped up right at the 25-yard line, so a decent pickup right there. Give him about 8 on the reception, make it 3rd and 2. As Weaver keeps it himself, and he is stopped up, and a big hit comes in after the fact. Dawson Rainey makes the stop.
Yeah, Mr. Weaver's had a rough game. I mean, he's been hit and hit and hit again, and I know how frustrating that can be. He's going to definitely need an ice bath in the morning, but they'll come back and bounce back better than ever. They just have to finish this game without injury and regroup.
So 4th and 3, Zuckert back to punt once again. 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Zuckert's punt short, and it gets down to around the 44-yard line, where Argyle will take over. They'll try to run the football and close this game out. Credit to them, as Colleyville made it a ball game, but quickly they took back control.
Yeah, it's just been one of those games. You know, it just didn't bounce the way for the Panthers after halftime. We thought they closed the game well before halftime, and sometimes it's about who makes the better adjustments, and looked like Argyle did, and they came out and went to the air and opened this thing wide open, as I said before, making it a 42-20 ball game with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
And in the backfield, Colleyville looks like they get back on the football once again. They bring pressure there to the quarterback, and it's going to be second down. That's Trot Jordan once again going for the pass. Looked like it maybe was a strip sack instead, just a incomplete pass with the arm moving forward.
Yeah, got there second too late, and his arm was moving forward, and it appeared to be a fumble, but it was not.
Hook up to the outside, and a rush. And decent gain there, taking out the coach as well in the process.
That was Tim Watson, guys. That was my high school coach in 1993 when we won the state title. He was my linebackers coach, and I love him to death, but I am going to call him tonight and let him know about that fall he just took on the sideline.
3rd and 4. And carry. Good stop by Dax Hebeson as they put it on the ground to Matthew Rotella.
Yeah, that was a good play by the defender there, getting to the football, stopping them from getting the first down, forcing a 4th down. Hey, these guys want to play. I know they're backups, but everybody, again, they practice during the week. They put their heart and their sweat and tears into this thing. So, they want to get in and play too. And you got some guys flying around, even though the score's gotten out of hand.
Under 5 to go in the 4th quarter. Argyle going to go for it on 4th down. Jordan going to take it himself. And he's tackled right around the 40-yard line. Going to be short of the first down. And the Panthers will take back over on offense with 4:49 left in regulation.
Great pursuit by Lloyd to make that quarterback cut inside to his help. They always say make sure you cut off the edge and cut the runner back into the pursuit team, and that's your help. And that was a great job of Mr. Lloyd by doing so, stopping them from getting the first down and giving the ball back to their offense.
So the Colleyville Heritage Panthers will get the football back. It's Bodie Weaver and Bryce Abram out there in the backfield. Tried to get creative offensively tonight, showing some new faces. Cash McMahon, a receiver out there right now. Bryce Abram with the catch right at the 45-yard line for a decent pickup. This was the game that Argyle certainly circled, knowing, hey, we're now in the same district with a team that ended our season last year. Bodie Weaver outside to Abram, cuts up the middle, and he gets wrapped up right at the line to gain. And for Colleyville Heritage,
yeah, I guarantee you the Eagles had this game circled on their calendar based off last year's results, and they're in the same district now. So that's why you've seen their best ball tonight against this Panthers team.
Weaver with time, looks down the field, tries to find Graves. It's incomplete. And for an Eagles team, only 3 games under their belt coming in because they had the bye last week. So they had extra time to prepare for this Panthers defense, in particular just this Panthers team, and they're going to improve to 3-1, 2-0 in district play, while the Panthers will drop to 3-2. Colleyville, a team that went 12-2 last year, went all the way to the regional final after beating this Argyle team in the semis. Bodie Weaver runs up to the 40-yard line. And Argyle, I mean, a lot of respect between these two football programs. Jerry Edwards talked about, yes, this is a rivalry that's developing, but it's not just with football. All sports now between Colleyville and Argyle are becoming a rivalry in similar districts, and as that's why Combu makes the catch. And he talked about how all sports are a part of that, and one thing you got to give Argyle credit on is they've only been in 5A for a few years. They make that jump up, and they immediately have maintained and really sustained being one of the top teams in 5A.
Yeah, they've had a good program for the last several years, and they're just going to make their mark at the next level. Touchdown by Mr. Weaver, but this is a good football team, and they're going to make some noise in this district.
Bodie Weaver from 15 yards out puts points on the board with 3:14 to go. Colleyville going to go for 2. Try to make it 28 on the board.
Yeah, we're using his leg, going to the quarterback. I wouldn't call it a sneak, but quarterback draw look, and he was able to get in the end zone.
So now Weaver, hand off to Abram, and he has nowhere to go. So 2-point conversion fails for Colleyville.
Well, do you onside kick it here, or do you just say the game's over and kick it deep?
Well, it's interesting because, I mean, Argyle was up 3 scores late. 5-ish to go in fourth quarter, but they put their backups in maybe a series before you would think they would have, right? Maybe get that knockout punch, go up 4 scores, because they put their backups in with about 7 minutes on the clock, up 3 scores, which is fairly early, but I don't think that plays a role. I think if you're Colleyville, you might. What harm do you have in onside kicking it? You might as well.
Yeah, I would do it. I mean, listen, you fight to get back in the game. Plus, it's an opportunity to get practice in. You know, if it works, it works. If it don't, but you got to go for it, because the only time they practice this onside kick is in practice. So right now, respectably, when it's 42-26, why not? Because you may need it down the line in the playoffs. So why not get the feel for it now?
Absolutely. And, I mean, just take it 1 score at a time, Shannon.
That's all you can do.
Onside kick and score.
Looks like
another onside kick and score, and now we're talking. Now,
well,
the problem is 3:14 left.
Look like he's lined up to do it.
Yeah.
So
got that.
I just don't see what it would hurt. I think it helps you out mentally. I think it helps you out. If you get the ball back right now with 3 minutes left and you can put together a quick score. I mean, again, let's play for momentum going into the next game.
Exactly. Might as well keep fighting.
To the end. A little too deep.
Suckered on the onside kick, and Colleyville trying to hop on it. It looks like they did.
They gave it to him. Told you. What does it hurt, Will? You get it, and not only that, he kicked it deep, and they got it in good field position. This is not your traditional, typical onside kick. The ball bounced down the field, and now they got great field position. Great job.
You score quickly here, and then do that again.
I've seen stranger things happen, brother. I mean, now you're starting to see some of the starters come back in. They've got their starting defense back in.
I did. It was interesting to see that because, I mean, it really felt, especially up 3 scores for so long. But we'll see. What can Colleyville do here? 3:10 to go. And here's the run from Abram, and there's a flag on the play coming from the sideline. Now you're really working against the clock, though.
Yeah. Look like they're going to get Nick for holding. Maybe a holding call. Oh. I don't think so. That's on the defense, sir.
It had to be a personal foul then. Wow, they're moving up.
More breaks.
And the clock stops. You're in pretty good position here. All right.
Let's see.
Here we go. Bodie Weaver looking to the end zone. He's got a man, and it's incomplete.
Oh, I thought that was a touchdown.
Had the chance for Trevi Prysha to the outside. It's incomplete, but that's what you have to do here. You got to pass it. Can't afford for time to tick off the clock.
You're exactly right. It stops the clock, and they don't have to hurry up. They can take their time. It's second down and goal. They need to drop their best play. They got to get in the end zone right now.
So you've got Prysha, Graves, Hebeson, and Wankambi as the receiving targets. Abram in the backfield, Bodie Weaver in the shotgun, 3 receivers out to the far side. It's 2nd and 9, and that ball is caught and then wrestled down to the outside. They do get it to their target. Dax Hebeson was able to make the catch. Time continuing to tick, 2.5 on the clock. 3rd and 1. Colleyville with 2 timeouts remaining.
They've got to hurry up, and they've got to get this ball in the end zone right now, being that it's 3rd down and short.
Weaver, handoff to Abram, getting pushed forward, and he's going to be stopped.
He's met in the hole by a wall. I mean, that was a good play by Xavier. The DN there, he hit him right in the mouth. And now it's 4th and short, and they've got to find a way to get in this end zone or this ball game is over.
Colleyville trying to keep their hopes alive. 4th and 1. Bodie Weaver looking, end zone, touchdown, Dax Hebeson. Colleyville keeping their prayers alive. It was a long prayer to begin with. An onside kick turned into a touchdown. Now needing a 2-point conversion.
10-point game. They've got to pick this up if they have any chance to get this onside kick, which they're very, very capable of doing. But time is against them right now, but they're making it very interesting. They need to pick up this 2 points right now.
Touchdown from Hebeson now. 2-point conversion. Colleyville needs it. Bodie Weaver looking toward the end zone, and it's incomplete. Looking for Abram. We get a replay of that Dax Hebeson touchdown, but that will all but do the ball game. Colleyville had a sliver of a prayer if they would have converted that, Shannon, because then you could have made it an 8-point ball game to then get an onside kick, recover it, score again, and then get 2. So we're already asking a lot.
Yeah.
But to be down by 10 after being down by 22, I mean, you did, again, answer a 3-score deficit by a couple scores of your own, but not getting either 2-point conversion. You think about getting just both extra points there, it's an 8-point ball game.
Yeah.
And there was an extra point missed earlier in the ball game, but I mean, you'll still do the onside kick here, but it's for fun.
You've got to do it. And that last play, if he could do it over, once you watch film, Nick Wancombe was wide open for a touchdown for an easy slant, and he took the hard pass with the wheel route and definitely missed the wide open receiver. He's going to wish he had that one back once he watched film.
Onside kick, though. Might as well.
Look like they're going to try the opposite side now. They're going to come right at us with their onside kick.
They got their best athletes really on the field. Luke Graves, Dax Hebeson, Bryson Burgess, Landon Dressel, Hummer, and now Zuckert for the onside kick. Here it goes again, and Colleyville gets the onside kick. Bryson Burgess once again. Back-to-back onside kick recoveries. Ryan Zuckert making it happen.
That was the perfect, ideal onside kick. You wanted that first hop so the ball jumps in the air and one of your guys run underneath it, and that's exactly what happened. That was a perfect onside kick.
Wow. I mean, that's just a weapon that, like, you can pull out. I mean, film's going to be out on it, but really at any time. I mean, 2 pretty much perfect onside kicks from Ryan Zucker. Bryson Burgess had a return on it after the fact, too.
Yeah, it's hard to do, Will. And you get 2 back-to-back onside kicks. I mean, that is very rare in football. So let's see.
Bodie Weaver just trying to get rid of the football. He gets rid of it, and it's picked up by the big O lineman.
Weaver got caught up in traffic and fumbled the ball, but everything's bouncing their way right now.
Perryman took it, and now Weaver takes a shot to the end zone, and somehow it's hauled in. down the far sideline. Wow, Nick Wankambi, what is going on here?
The football gods are with the Panthers right now. This is unbelievable. Everybody was starting to leave. The fans left on the other side of the football field, and I'm telling you, they're probably turning around right now because this is the ball game.
Bodie Weaver looking end zone again, and it's incomplete. I mean, if you hit the parking lot early, man, because you score here, Shannon, I mean, who's to say?
Listen, you got to go for two. You got to do it again. You got a minute left in the game. Who's to say it won't happen the third time? Regardless, this is the football game that you wanted to see this type of ending, not a blowout.
Man.
And I told you that the Panthers had it in them. They will fight to the end. I love it.
Drama for sure, and that's what you like to see. A minute 06 to go. Bodie Weaver in the gun. Panthers down 10. Weaver looking for the end zone, and he gets wrapped up. Is Colleyville going to use one of their 2 timeouts? Nope, they'll go
gotta
quickly.
use it. Come on, guys. Don't know why you wouldn't use one there, but okay.
Quickly line up again, look to the end zone. It's incomplete, intended for Hebeson. And now it's 4th down.
Well, I don't know. I would have liked to see the coach, and then again, this is his team, but you call a timeout on 3rd down to get a good play together, and maybe you settle your quarterback down a little bit because he overthrew his receiver right there. Now you're looking at a 4th down.
You might as well kick a field goal here,
yeah,
right?
And that's what they're going to do.
Kicks you've got? Yeah, I mean,
you need points.
Because then if you get another one.
Yeah, you need points. You need
points. 7-point game. So Ryan Zuckert for a very short field goal. It is up, and it is true. So the ball game comes down to this. Onside kick try, numero tres.
They went left. They got it. They went right. They got it. I've seen onside kicks up the middle with a 10-yard dribble. I don't know what else they got up their sleeve, but they're going to have to pull something else out. And if they get this ball, I'm throwing this clip over the board, over the fence. This is crazy.
And then you say, okay, now you have 2 timeouts.
Yeah.
So, man, don't get ahead of yourselves, but Panther fans, you ought to be on the edge of your seat. 2 onside kick recoveries already. Can they make it a 3rd? We were saying, I don't know if I want to throw you under the bus. I was definitely saying this game was over.
Yeah.
Backups were in.
Yeah.
For both
sides.
And definitely Argyle a lot of the 4th quarter.
Argyle, you're right. They had rotate.
My gosh.
They were rotating left and right. I believe the Panthers still had a few starters in there, but they found a way to get back in this game, and this is interesting.
Here we go. Onside kick number 3. It is off, and it is loose. Who's going to hop on it? And it looks like Argyle did recover. Another really good onside kick, though. It gave Colleyville a shot.
A little too deep because you want everything to be short within that 10 to 15-yard window. And that was a little deep, and because it takes them longer to get down the field. But all in all, good kick. But their luck ran out, and you got 41 seconds left, and this game is pretty much over.
Some good drama, though, at the end.
I love it. I love it, man. I just love the fight in this team. They just never seem to give up, and I love that about them, no matter how much they're down, and that's going to, shoot them a long way as they go through district play. It helps you gel, especially when you're watching film, because you see no quitting these guys, and I love that.
So the knee is taken. Colleyville does have 2 timeouts, but it doesn't matter because they won't be able to stop the clock a 3rd time, and the play clock already down. So great fight at the end. Colleyville recovers 2 onside kicks and turns them into scores, but the fight back, not enough tonight. They were down by 20 on 2 different occasions and made it a 1-score ball game twice, but that will do it. Hard-fought battle. You look at the final score of this one tomorrow, 42-35, pretty good ball game. The final score probably won't tell you the full story, but it does tell you that Colleyville down by 21 points to start the game. They make it a 1-point game after touching the ball for the first time in the second half. They end up falling 42-35, and they fall on the season now to 3-2. They're now 2-1 in district play.
What a ball game, Will. Glad to do it with you again, but this was an exciting one, even though it got out of control at times. But the Panthers always find a way to get back in it, and I'm just proud of both these teams, and what a great night for football.
For Shannon Brazil and our it's the Eagles who take it 42-35. So long. It's Panther Friday night on